everyone and welcome back to another video. So you'll notice that I've got a new little setup here. I'm thinking I quite like this setup, so I might keep it. You'll notice that I'm not actually, or I shouldn't be, if I've got it right, I shouldn't actually be in the middle of the camera. That's because today's video is going to be me telling you the behind the scenes of some of my Instagram photos. So basically I'm going to have the photo here. Basically this is a trend that's seen on TikTok. I haven't done the trend on TikTok and I thought it'd be a good video idea to show you or tell you the behind the scenes of some of my Instagram photos. So without further ado, this is going to be in complete random order. I've got them written down. I've also got my Instagram on my laptop so I know which photo I'm obviously talking about. The first photo that I'm going to pop up on the screen now was actually my 20th? Yeah, my 20th birthday, I think, because it was 2018. Is that right? And as you can see, I'm wearing some lovely blue shorts. Those shorts I got from Misguided. I love them. I got them in a green pair as well, but the green pair didn't fit. So anyway, I went with the blue pair, you know, white top, white shoes, loved it. Obviously on the shorts there was the tassels, and I had a zip up the side. Anyway, it was all good. We went out, we got to the club, and it was fine. And then me and my friend went to the toilet, and as I zipped my... Was it before or after I went to the toilet? I think I zipped my shorts up and one of the tassels got stuck in the zip, and the only way we could get it out was to literally pull it and break the zip. So my favourite shorts for my birthday, they actually broke. Now thank God, obviously in Sheffield's not that big of a place in terms of if you live in the city centre, everything you can walk to. So basically I had to go back home and put some trousers on, like some flares. Which I wasn't happy. They still broke, them shorts. I actually don't know if I've kept them. I don't think I have. I think I got rid of them. But honestly, those were unreal shorts. But yeah, that's my story. So I actually had them on for probably like a few hours and then they broke. So I had to run home and literally run home in my heels. Which wasn't the first time I'd done that, but and get changed. And then I went back out and that was it. Okay, the next photo is this one. Now, this is when I went on a night out in Leeds with the girls, and it was so last minute. Obviously, they'd had it planned, and someone couldn't go, so I obviously went. Honestly, it was one of the best nights out I've ever been on. That's all I'll say. We went on a Saturday. Jess literally messaged me on the Thursday, I think it was, and was like, oh, like, do you want to do Leeds? And I was like, basically, I think the weekend before that I'd been to Warehouse Project in Manchester, and the weekend before that I think I was in Sheffield. The weekend after Leeds I was supposed to be going out. So I think literally 2019, that whole end of the year, I was out somewhere every weekend. Which I do not regret now. I wish I was doing that now. Obviously it was last minute, so my tan wasn't planned to be going out that weekend. As you'll be able to tell, you can actually see if you look on my arm, like here where the crease is, the fake tan actually didn't stick because I hadn't scrubbed it off properly. Like I'd scrubbed it, but because I wasn't planning on fake tanning again for the weekend, I didn't. Anyway, it wasn't coming off. So you'll actually be able to tell that on the photo if you didn't already notice it. The most last minute night out weekend away in my life and one of the best. And also that was the night that I downed a bottle, well I wasn't really a bottle, 3/4 of a bottle of wine. Because I thought I was really clever and I was not clever the next day or that night, to be honest. This one was one of the first ever photos where I was really getting into my Instagram. As you can see, I had a lovely blue unitard on. I loved it. I put it on, literally, it was boiling outside. I went in the garden and I was loving it. And that's when like TikTok was in its prime. So I was so excited to take TikToks in it. And those sunglasses actually, when I went to Warehouse Project in 2019, they actually got flung at my head. Like they just came from nowhere. Like literally, they just came from over the crowd and hit me in the head. So I kept them, and I've kept them ever since. I don't know why. The unitard, I loved it, and I thought it complemented my eyes really well. I then went to take it off, and it ripped at the back. But honestly, that day it was red hot, the sun was beaming, I had the outfit on, I felt unreal, I had my nails on. Those jelly nails that I have on there was one of my favourite nails that I ever wore. Jelly nails, I don't know why, but they just were. And this was the first time that I ever put a discount code on, like on my Instagram. I don't use this, I mean, I think you still can use this discount code, but I don't really offer it because obviously when you do stuff for Instagram, you will learn the do's and don'ts and the goods and the bads, and you will go through things where you think, oh, probably shouldn't have done that. I mean, nothing bad happened. I promoted an outfit and it is what it is, but you know. And moving on to the next one. So this one, oh god, this is funny. Well, I'm going to pop 2 photos on for this one. I'll pop the first one on and then it'll go to the second one. But basically, this photo here was when I went to Zante. We took a boat out to Turtle Island and obviously I thought, oh, let's get some Instagram pictures. Now, this is me behind the boat. Charlotte is the one taking the photos, right? If you don't know Charlotte, Charlotte's my best mate. Well, one of my best mates. But basically, Charlotte was taking this photo and I was struggling to figure out how I wanted to pose. Now, you have to remember, this was in September and I still hadn't figured out, like I still wasn't that comfortable with my Instagram poses, if you know what I mean. Like, I hadn't taken that many, not really. When I go swimming, I'm not bothered about putting my head under the water. Like, I will happily get my hair wet. I don't care about looking nice. But I should have waited until I took the Instagram photo because now literally, my forehead looks massive, right? I'm sure I've got a bong eye. Literally, I look like an egg. This first photo Charlotte was obviously taking, we were really close to the boat. And like, as Charlotte was taking the photo, she didn't realise, like obviously the boat has got oil on it. And she realised she'd got it on her hands. And then when she realised it was on her ass, it was on her leg, it was on her bikini bottoms, I was like, girl, I'm so sorry. I was like, honestly, gotta get that Instagram content. Anyway, this next photo, which is in the same place, this was at the same time, you know, same bikini, same place. But basically, I wanted to move a bit further out and get some nice, God knows what my idea of getting nice Instagram photos of this is. I don't mind how it turned out, to be fair. Again, she got oil on her. Also, I really struggled to, I wasn't really sure what I was going with. I was trying to get like floating in the ocean, but I had to, if you can actually see, I had to keep 1 foot on the bottom of the floor, like the ocean, like the sea floor, because I couldn't keep still. Like the waves kept taking me like in different directions, so I couldn't keep still long enough for Charlotte to take a nice photo. So I actually had to keep 1 foot on the floor so that I could get the photo. This was also a point where I tried to get a video of, like, you know, when you like flick your hair through the water. Yeah, that didn't happen. But I got some good content out of it and the water looks unreal, and I couldn't have chose a better bikini to wear with it because the blue with the blue and oh, unreal. Absolutely unreal. This one is a more recent one. This dress is from Pretty Little Thing. The point in this is not the dress, it's the fact the jacket. The jacket's from Primark. The jacket wasn't supposed to be in the photo. So if you've seen like previous photos, I've got photos in this dress, right? And those sunglasses from Warehouse Project that aren't actually mine. I have actually just got photos just with the dress, not the jacket. That's because obviously it was freezing outside, literally in the back garden. You can see it's like autumn, like all the leaves are on the floor. Yeah, I only had this little dress on. I did take my jacket out for when I was just setting the camera and stuff up, but I ended up having to take the Instagram photos with my jacket because it was so cold. Also, my hair, this was before I got my waver, like for Christmas, so I actually did that with the straighteners, and you can so tell the difference between doing it with the straighteners and doing it with the waver, but we make do with what we've got and I made it work. So yeah, so the jacket wasn't actually supposed to be in the Instagram photo, but it was because I was freezing. Also, you will never see that photo from the other way because it was absolutely freezing and my nipples were telling me it was freezing. But yeah. The next one, we're going to go back to Zante 2020. This photo where you'll see I'm eating a carbonara. Carbonara, if you didn't know, when I go on holiday, I don't know what it is, but it's my favourite meal to eat. Like, whenever I go on holiday, no joke, carbonara, you'll always see me eating a carbonara. You can't see it because I actually edited them out, but on my face, I got attacked by mosquitoes, midges, whatever they were. I think I counted at one point, I had like 40 bites, like on my legs, arms, chest, back, head. Literally, I had so many bites, it was actually a joke. I had that many on my face in this photo. I physically had to edit them out. Like, I don't think I've got the original photo of this, but honest to God, I had to edit my face. not literally edit my face, but I had to edit the bites out because there were so many. Like I had them under my eyes, and even in that photo, if you look closely, you can still see the bites. That's how bad they were, that I couldn't edit all of them out without editing too much of my face and it'd be noticeable, if you know what I mean. Well, I'm not usually a messy eater, but there is cheese all over the table. That's also when I had my old phone. I actually got my new iPhone after Zante. I waited because what I didn't want to do is get a new phone and then lose it or break it when I was in Zante, so I just thought I'd keep my old one. But the new one would have been better for content. We usually would just eat in the hotel because we just wanted to go and get ready and go out, but we decided on the last night that we would make a bit of effort, go out. And this poor man in this restaurant, right, all week, because obviously Infinity Beach Club was further down the beach, which is where the meeting point was for Party Hard, so we'd always walk past this poor little man because we'd usually get a taxi and we'd get dropped off at the end there. And this poor little man would go, "Oh, girls, are you hungry?" And we'd go, "No, we've eaten," because we'd already eaten in the hotel. So we thought, oh, we'll go to him for the last night. So we ended up going there, and no joke, right, they had a deal on where I think it was like a starter and a main, or a main and a dessert, you know, like that type of deal, for like €12 or something like that. And we were like, oh, buzzing, yeah, let's get that. We'd ordered, and then he came over with like free bread, and you know, like the bread and alioli, is that what it's called? I never ever know how to pronounce that. Like the bread and alioli, and then it was we'd obviously had starters. We chose starters and a main. So we had the bread, we then had our starters, we then had our main. We were like, oh my god, we're really full. He then brings us over free ice cream. I was like, what? I was like, honestly, I was so full at this point. And then we then had to go and, well, we were then going out and drinking. So I was like, oh my god. So we were like obviously really full from that. God knows how we weren't sick because, oh. Okay, so there's about 4 different types of photos from this night. But basically, this was New Year's Eve. This was taken outside in the freezing cold, like literally like 3 degrees. I had a dress from Pretty Little Thing on. It wasn't actually the dress that I wanted to wear. So on my reel on Instagram where I did the Bust It challenge, that's the dress that I wanted to wear. The dress that I've got on in that photo is not the dress that I planned to wear on New Year's Eve. Even though we couldn't go anywhere, I still wanted to get dressed up. I still wanted to, you know, have a drink. I still wanted to, you know, I actually went live on Instagram and TikTok on that night. God knows why. Don't ask me, I just did. That exact photo that I'm showing you, I actually FaceTimed Charlotte right after that photo, or right, I think it was straight after. Basically, she was drinking because it was New Year. But yeah, it was freezing cold, and I'd taken photos and I'd done TikToks. I had my heels on. It was so icy. Literally, I'm surprised I didn't slip. I don't know how I didn't slip in my heels. I will never ever do that again. In fact, I say I'll never ever do that again. I actually did it. I'll put this photo. I actually did it again, and like another night, and yeah, it was the night I used the corkscrew one from Mark Hill. I think I'm gonna end the video here. I don't really know if I could do a part 2 because I might have to wait like until I've uploaded more photos, if that makes sense. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this little insight into some of my Instagram photos. And I don't know who started this trend on TikTok, so I can't like say like credits to them or anything. But that is the end of the video. I hope you all enjoyed. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to my channel, turn on the bell notifications, comment down below anything you want to see in the future. Follow me on all my socials, Instagram, Twitter, 21 Buttons, TikTok. I hope you all enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!